Hey, ladies and gentlemen, this is Carmine Sabia for Explain America, and former President Donald Trump just got some fantastic news from the Supreme Court. Before we get started, please make sure you like, comment, share, and subscribe. Those little things really help us out, and they help our channel continue to grow. So, former President Donald Trump's attorneys and Jack Smith's attorneys, the special counsel who's prosecuting him, were before the Supreme Court today arguing over presidential immunity. Now, the good news for Trump is Jack Smith's team is arguing against, immunity for criminal acts, they say, or acts that could be deemed criminal. However, Justice Clarence Thomas kind of gobsmacked him, mentioning cases where presidents could have been charged criminally if immunity was not a thing. And he specifically mentioned Operation Mongoose. But there's a series of operations, Obama's drone strikes, for example, where these things, could have happened and people could have been charged criminally. It's very unfortunate for Jack Smith, but it's very good news for President Trump because it shows that at least one Supreme Court justice is on his side. Now, while I do not believe the president will get blanket immunity, nor should he, because we'd have a dictator then, you have to think beyond President Trump. It's a very dangerous precedent. I think you could have a couple of options here. One, this case gets kicked back to decide if the president was involved in official acts here. Then goes back to the Supreme Court. This is going to delay the case well past the presidential election, which is not what Jack Smith wants. Or the Supreme Court can decide on a narrow ruling of immunity, which would affect Trump here, declare these to be official acts, and end Jack Smith's case, and end a lot of cases, including Fani Willis, and other cases that are against him right now, and stop Arizona from maybe indicting him. So, a lot of cases on the line here, a lot of things. I want you to hear this exchange with Justice Thomas, and let me know what you think when you like, comment, share, and subscribe. I'm Carmine Sabia for Explain America. We love you guys. God bless you. Take care, everybody.
All of the important tasks that the Constitution reposes in him.
Over in not so distant past, the presidents or certain presidents have engaged in various activity, coups or operations like Operation Mongoose when I was a teenager, and yet there were no prosecutions. Why? If what you're saying is right, it would seem that would have been ripe for criminal prosecution of someone.
So, Justice Thomas, I think this is a central question. The reason why there have not been prior criminal prosecutions is that there were not crimes. And I want to explain why there are layers of safeguards that assure that former presidents do not have to lightly assume criminal liability for any of their official acts. At the outset, there is a statutory construction principle that is applicable here. It arises when there is a serious constitutional question about applying a criminal statute to the president's acts. It is not, and I'm sure that we will discuss this, that no statute can apply to the president in his official capacity absent a designation of the president in it. But there is a principle that if there is a serious constitutional question, courts will strive to construe the statute so that it does not apply to the president. In addition to that, the president, I think has been mentioned earlier, has access to advice from the attorney general, and it would be a due process problem to prosecute a president who received advice from the attorney general that his actions were lawful, absent the kind of collusion or conspiracy that itself represented a criminal violation, which I don't really see as being a realistic option. And then if I could say one more thing, because you raised the question about